Hello everyone, my name is Lance090 and welcome to Let's Play Niche. So I just spotted this game in my recommended videos section and I watched some players play it and it looks really fun. It's also incredibly cute. If you cannot tell that by the front here, it's incredibly cute. But it's a early access game on Steam. That's a kind of a genetics playground kind of game. I know there's a few games kind of like that that are in progress right now. The biggest one everyone ever thinks of is Spore, but let's be honest, Spore ended up being not as good as we were hoping it would be. So let's start a new game. I don't think this is a seed. I don't think that he uses seeds with the world names, but you can't. Don't know for sure. Oh, kitty, how come you woke up? You're so quiet all day and now you're gonna be active once I'm trying to make a video. Okay, so we start the game with two animals, where these, they're kind of like a mix between like a wolf and like a tiger, and like a squirrel. Just kind of a generic kind of animal. As a furry, I can relate to that since most, people draw all their animals in the exact same style, regardless of what their race actually is, or species, I should say. You gotta stay away. Alright. Got a new kitty. He's much smaller than the last one, so he can get up on the table a lot easier, and a lot more stealthily. So we start with two. They're just called Adam and Eve to start with, but we can name all of our characters. And in fact, I should open up my subscriber list and start. Kitty, no, you can't climb on me. Open up my subscriber list to start naming these people because we're going to need lots and lots of names. So we're actually going to do this for once. Assuming I can get to my subscriber list. I've never done it before, so let's see if I can get that done. Channel. 110 subscribers. Is there any way to sort it? Yeah, I can sort it by most recent or most popular. Well, I prefer to go in least recent if I could, but there doesn't seem to be a sort option for that. Let's see, and doing most popular seems like it would be a little bit scummy. So I guess I just gotta go with most recent here, which I hate to do that, but I'd rather start from the people who've been here the longest, but there doesn't seem to be an option to do that. Oh well, so let's see. Well, I should name them trying to be accurate on who's who. Based on these subscriber names. So our male character will be just a dude. Yes, that's his name. And Eve will be Fresh Maker. I'm going to drop any numbers in the names of those to make things a little neater. Kitty, gotta go away. Alright. So, it's a turn-based game, so we're not wasting any time by doing all this nonsense right now. It sucks that this tree is so far away, though. Like, actually, like, really sucky that that tree's so far away. Because I think you might be good at eating. Perhaps not. So, these little gems on their chest tell you how many actions they can do each turn. And then they all have these stats down here. Speed, collecting, strength, venomous, swimming, eyesight, so on and so forth. It can be a different mix of things. And you might be able to click between them and kind of show that off. You can see, like this one has a lot more speed, this one has more strength, so on and so forth. So, and these are all generated by the genetic system, which is the main part of the game. So all the characters have, or all the animals, have these traits that they have. These are the dominant ones, the ones highlighted in white, I should say, because these ones down here are the recessive ones. The ones that are highlighted in white are things that they have active right now. There's I was going to say just the bottom row and top row, but that wouldn't be accurate because each leg is replicated differently, or separately. So, or at least the front legs are. It's like he has 2 runner legs. So this one has a runner leg and it has a no paw leg, which is not good. Kitty. I'm sorry. So, what's the goal with this game? Well, you just kind of breed your race as best as you can. You're basically selectively breeding eugenics kind of stuff. It can get freaky because obviously with starting with 2 people, we're gonna have to do inbreeding pretty much. There is random creatures that appear, like you can add to your colony. I don't want to call it a colony, that's something under the RimWorld, but that's the best thing I can say. I guess it'd be more like a tribe or a pack would be better kind of word. Better kind of phrasing. So what we'll do, start with, is all the, what I was saying with these energy orbs for their actions, they're fueled by food. Or, actually, they've changed it, because if we click on this, it'll say that, daily energy. Nom nom. We share it as a family. Whenever a family member reports a task, it needs food. It's actually been changed. That's how the game used to be, I think. But, now they just need 1 food per day. So, I wasn't around for it when it was like that before, so I can't say if that was a necessary thing to do or not, but I'm getting the impression that it probably wasn't necessary because it seems like there's an abundance of food. But I could be wrong. So this character is better at grabbing food than this character is collecting. This one's better at offense, and this one can move better, but that's not really going to affect things too much. So what I'm going to do, since this is the female, and she's sitting on the nest right now, you have to stand on the nest to have your baby. We're going to have her collect food from the berry bush, and so this is where the collecting comes into play. Because she has a level 2 collecting, she collects 2 fruit for the bush for each action. So we'll do that twice, and there's only 1 more ripe fruit on there. So we don't really need to do it again, and what we're going to do with our last section instead is have her mate with the male. Now I could go and read all the genes and try to figure out, like, is it a good idea or not, but right now, these are the only 2 we have, so we don't have an option in the matter, so there's not really too much point in checking that right now. So I'm just going to have them mate. And then this one can go off and do his thing. We'll have him start by looking at areas, or I guess it's not really looking, it's like clearing the grass to be more accurate. Because you can move through it and it'll still be there behind you, but that clears it out so you can see there later. So we'll do that. They're all out of turns, so we will end our turn. And there's a baby. Baby is named Kurami, so we can kind of try to figure out what happened with the genes here. So it got most of its mother's speed, it seems like. It didn't get the bad paw from the other one. Generally seems to be mostly taking after the mother here. The only difference is it has 1 more swimming power, so we can go take a look at what caused that. It has a swimming tail. The mother just had a fluffy tail, which has no benefit. Father also did not have a fluffy tail, so what happened is they both have recessive genes for swimming tail, and this one came out with a swimming tail. I don't know if swimming is very important, it doesn't seem like it from what I've seen, but since the fluffy tail does nothing, might as well go for the swimming tail if we can, since it's at least something. And again, let's see, what would be better this time? I don't really need to min-max. We're gonna have them breed several times over here. But I don't have to necessarily min-max, but I'm just trying to think of who should spend the action to breed or not, basically. I guess... well, not just... oh, she's caring for her baby. I messed that up a little bit. Again, it's just min-maxing stuff. It's not really something that's going to matter. She's pregnant again, but she won't have... oh, there's another nest right here. That would have been nice to have known. Oops. That could have been done better, but it won't matter. This game doesn't seem to be terribly important that you min-max, at least in its current state. Like I said, it's very early alpha right now. So this person will be purified. HD. Alright. Mostly takes after the mother, except that it's a little bit better at swimming. And we will move it up. It's going to be good for collecting food for us as we progress here. There's something jostling the grass there. It could be 3 different things. It could be a bunny rabbit. It could be a predator. The predator in this game is just kind of a generic predator. It kind of is like a mix between like a hyena and a bear. There's like one more thing that kind of reminds me of, but I can't think of it at the moment. Have him explore that. Have her move here and collect food twice. He's already pregnant, so there's no reason to send him there. Ah, it's a new one. I didn't get this. Get a new animal this early. I think we can click on it and see its stats. So the wild ones tend to not have very good traits, but they tend to have really good genes. So the main thing that's going to slow us down from what inbreeding will do is right now we're fine because our 2 starting characters have 4 different immunity genes. This one has AB, this one has FG, and then this one has GD. So pretty good spread. There is a overlap here, which makes it a little bit not as good. But she has a D gene, which we don't have in our party at all. And you can see this guy here, got a AF, which are both genes that we should have. So it's good to bring in new ones because they'll have immunity genes that your tribe does not have. But the downside is they usually have like something else wrong with them with their other traits. This one isn't too bad. Again, it has no paw, but this one also had no paw, so it won't be the end of the world unless it's... No, it's male, so it's actually okay. If it was female, then he would have to breed it, and then there'd be a pretty good chance, or there'd be a definite chance, probably, of it having 1 paw that's no paw, and probably even a chance of it having 2 no paws, which would be real bad. Oh, kitty, what are you doing? Stop it. Cracker Jaw is good, gives +2 cracking. I'm not really sure exactly what smelling does, so I don't know if it's good or bad, but some of the other genes that you have are just really kind of cosmetic things. The Cracker Jaw is really ugly. It's like real ugly. You actually have poison things. I thought you had a Cracker Jaw for a little bit, but no. We'll know when there's a Cracker Jaw. So Cracker Jaw is really ugly. It is her recessive gene, so it's not what she has right now. She has some different colors. That's cool. She can see you can get polka dots, so it's a cosmetic thing. Fluffy tail, webbed hind legs. Kitty, no. Normal blood cutting, but she does have a chance to pass on hemophilia as a recessive gene. But she also has horns, which is an extra offensive ability. But overall, she seems like a pretty good character compared to what I've normally seen from outsiders. So we're going to take her. She's not fully grown yet. Where is she? No, that's Purified HD that's selected right now. Broker. She's almost fully grown, I think. Maybe like 1 more day she'll be fully grown. Or him. Let's give them a name. Cameron likes some Mudkip. Except we kind of got cut off at the end. Let's see how much I can get in there. Cameron likes mud. Yeah, let's not do 2 lines there. Cameron likes mud. Kind of changes the meaning of the sentence. Kitty, you can't be here. I love you to pieces, but I can't. You have any collecting ability? Just collecting of 1, so I think I'd rather spend your next action with just clearing a spot out. I'd rather have someone who's good at collecting do it. It's not exactly super critical yet, but it's a good habit to get into. It's fully grown. And we have a new baby. What the hell? What happened to you, buddy? I need to dig up water fields, underwater fields. What the hell? I haven't seen this before. I hear a train. Maybe we'll get lucky and it won't blow the horn outside the door. Probably not though. It has a beak. Feeding from the bottom. And that's replaced Big Nose. Oop, what did I just do? I guess that isn't the end of the world kind of move. Didn't mean to do that though. I just mean to click on her again. Oh, he's kind of honking in front of my door. And I gambled wrong, it didn't end up hawking. Oh well. So we're gonna move her to this other nest, because this one's sitting here and I can't use that nest while it's there. We'll have her gather the fruit. I probably have her bang... I refer to it as banging usually, I think. Have her bang the new person, because they're pretty good overall. Take a look at our family tree here. Cameron likes mud. It kind of gets cut off here too. I wonder if I should shorten it just a little bit more, so that fits. Perhaps just Cameron likes. Let's do that. Cameron likes. That way it's a little bit more visually appealing. But I'd like to compare our males just to see, like, side by side, just to see who's better. Cameron likes has better vision because they don't have the recessive trait for worse vision. Big Nose versus Fangs. Fangs probably better than both Crackerjaw and Big Nose. Purified HD also has big body, which is pretty good. You have the no paw, but you also have no paw. Cosmetic stuff we're not going to worry about for now. But you do have completely different immunities than... No, you have one common immunity, but you have one new immunity for us. You don't have the chance to pass on the tail. Both of you had the chance for hemophilia, which is not good. You had the ram's horn, so it's basically pretty much an even trade-off, sort of. I'd say that the fangs are, yeah, the fangs are quite a bit better than the ram horn, as is the chance for the swimming tail. But I think getting the gene into the gene pool is a pretty good idea, the immunity. Let's see, you can get there in one move. So I'll have you harvest once, even though you're not good at it. Move there, banger, and you're done, son. Then we'll use your movement. Don't need more food at the moment, but it could get iffy. Do that. Oh, and our gene pool has unlocked. So it just added beak to the list here. So we can drag these to increase the chances of certain traits, I believe. I don't know exactly how it works, but usually when you slide something down here, it will show up more often. So if I wanted, if I'm worried about having an issue with losing the venom teeth, although it doesn't seem to be in here, that there are poison fang. If I toss that in for the 30% chance slot, and then set something else in one of the other slots. I don't know which. Maybe just the RAM. We'll kind of build off having more genes that we already have, I think. The only thing that affects the inbreeding is the immunities. Everything else, it doesn't matter if they have similar traits or not. So I think I'm going to kind of double down on trying to get more of these traits going instead of trying to get something completely new in there. And by the way, that's what happened over here with this stupid beak. He just randomly rolled a mutation for a beak because no one else had that. None of his ancestors had that trait, so a little bit odd. Alright, some of our animals have grown, which is good. This one's just a teen, I guess is what this... Teen. So teens are okay, they get 2 actions. And you're good at collecting, so we're probably just gonna have this character sit here and collect fruit for a while. Since they don't really have actions to go very far, I think that's a good idea. I probably should have done it to this tree. You should get out of the way of this tree. Potentially send you down towards the water and see what you can do. You're actually not very good at swimming, or there's also gills for breathing underwater. But you didn't roll that, you just have this one thing. In fact, you might not be able to go deep enough to actually make use of your thing. For now, I'll just move you off the thing so our mother can have more babies. We have to watch our food supply. Let's see. She can collect food from the nest. I think I'll send her to the nest first. Have her collect food. Then who should she breed? Well, we should take a look at our new character here. Real good speed, so you have all your paws, good at collecting. You got the antlers. You got good eyesight. AD. So did we get the new gene from the new character? Yes, we got immunity D. So we got immunity D in the gene pool, and he's not a bad character. Like, there's no traits I'd consider negative here. He doesn't have as many awesome traits as we would like. Like, we would like the venom things if we could, but that wasn't going to happen with that pairing. So again, we have to decide who we'd prefer to mate again between these two males and our female. Probably doesn't matter too much. I think we'll have you do it though, because we'd like to get more people who are good at strength, so we don't find ourselves in a pickle once predators show up. Move you up here. Should I have you grab food or should I just have you explore? Probably fine to just explore. And we're done. Oh, I should name the new character. And the new character as well. So this one... this guy has a pretty long username here. Tomás Eduardo. Let's see if that cuts off here. Nah, it does not cut off, so good. I don't have to shorten it. The next one can be Blue Wolf. Probably going to be distracting because you're not actually blue here, but it'll be alright. I'm also going to use full punctuation compared to what the names actually show. I'm just going to have you clear this out because there's not much else you can do right now. The baby should just get out of here. I'll have it move between these bushes so it can gather food. Do that. Let's see, how about the new one? Well, I would like to get big body if we could. Do have the bad paw, which I don't like, but you have another combination of genes, I believe. We'll take a look at some of our gene combinations of our children here. AF, BF, AF, AD. Tomás Eduardo is going to be important for us because he has completely different gene sets than our other characters. And his parents were Cameron and Freshmark, so Cameron should breed our female here. This is Cameron? That's Cameron. So I'm gonna have you mate him actually. There's only one more thing on this tree, so one of your actions would be wasted. Or one of your skill points would be wasted on doing that. Not your action necessarily, but have you expend your action to mate instead. And then you... that stuff out, progress forward. You're not good at grabbing food, so I don't know if I want to have you grab food. So they get our map revealed here. A turn. Might start having food problems here soon, but hopefully we'll be alright. Alright, Blue Wolf can now move off its platform. I'll move that way. You're now a teen. Don't really know what I'm gonna do with you though. I did not name this one, have I? Na 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 does not ring a bell as a character I've named. Free Azure. Welcome to the tribe. Don't know what I'm gonna do with this character though. I don't know if I want to breed them or not. So we can set their animal ranks between Alpha, Beta, and Omega. It's not exactly important now, it's only important if you're gonna run out of food. It determines the pecking order of food. But we are a little bit close to the line here on food, so I think I am gonna designate Alphas and Omegas. Our single breedable female should be an Alpha for sure. But then between our children, you're pretty good. Gomez, I think, was very good. Or at least didn't have any negatives. Yes, and they had the good genes. And the rest I think I'll just leave as betas for now. I want to keep one of our breedable adults as a Omega. How about the new child? Also did not get bad traits. Is AB the same thing that, or BD the same thing that you have? No, you have 80, so you rolled another set of genes, which is good. What it means is these two will be able to breed. Actually, it's gonna be Blue Wolf and Cola can breed, it looks like. Is there anyone else? I would prefer to have Tomaz breed, if we could. Just seeing if there's any overlap between their immunity genes. There's a lot of overlap, or at least a single gene of overlap with Thomas. Blue Wolf and Cola can mate without any issues. Although Blue Wolf does not have quite as good traits as Thomas does. Yeah, Thomas is better in the traits category. Mostly. You have better recessive traits if they were to trigger. None of them are adults yet, so it's not too big of a worry. Let's see what am I gonna do with this one. It's not very good at doing a whole lot of stuff here. Did I pump out more babies? Or are we at maybe like one more, just so it's a 2-1 ratio? What would be the best idea here? B, D, F, E, F. Maybe another B gene, probably. Just kind of spread things out a little bit. Have any G? No, we haven't got any G, so we need to breed Cameron again with Freshmark. Can you get... No, you can't get very far. You can't stand on this pile. So what's the best way to min-max our breeding here? Yeah, I think that's kind of the best maneuver we could do. Good at grabbing fruit. Have you? You good at grabbing fruit? You are. Perhaps shouldn't have you standing in the tall grass. grab food with you, or do I explore your tile with you? I'm sure it's the same. Let me move to you. I only reached the one tile. Okay. Don't know 100% how line of sight works. I don't know if I can get up on this hill and maybe some of the grass will disappear. I don't think so, though. I think you have to clear the grass. You're not good at collecting, so... yeah, I'll have her go ahead and collect. Him, Thomas. And we will proceed. Oh, we have a new adult. Karami. Did I not name Karami? I'm naming a lot of them, but you do pump out a lot of babies in this game. Orame, I guess is the proper term here. Try to sort them by age, but it's a little bit... they don't sort by age, but automatically, which seems a little strange. Yeah, those are all not of age. Korami is of age, so that's just good to know because we might have to do some father-daughter incest here. That's going to happen a lot in this game. There's going to be some very, very strange moments. We're out of time for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and have a good day.